Libra, hi. So this is going to be a reading for the month of May 2026. And I'll do the reading for you and then I'll close it off with a oracle card. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. That was a little creepy, wasn't it? Just to see an eye at the corner of the screen there. Felix is in the mood of love. And I'm working and I'm like, Bubba, I can't help you. Because what that means is I gotta lay down for him to climb on top of me. And I'm like, I'm doing that later anyway. We can do that later. Sometimes I need to work. I can't love on you nonstop. And then you guys take turn while I lay down. I mean, that would be ideal, but yeah, no. The overall energy for the reading, the Hierophant. You're dealing with some pretty deep stuff here. I wonder if there's like a change in belief system, or like somebody's showing up a little different than they have been, or just changing their mind on stuff. I don't know. Or is it just something deep that you're dealing with at a deep level, even though the energies seem kind of surfacey. But let's see what's going on. Starting off the reading, you get the Five of Pentacles crossed by the Four of Cups. So this is showing up as there's been an ending to a situation, and because of that, you look upset. You know, like, what the fuck? In your focus, Two of Swords, the what the fuck is amplified. Basically, you're in your head about what just happened, you know. In the recent past, the Ace of Pentacles, that's the thing, because it was supposed to go the other way. It was supposed to be good. It was supposed to be, like, I think that's what you set off on. Like, okay, let's create something brand new here, super nice. Let's do this, you know. And then something happened that led into this feel of something being done, or close to, at least. In your strength, the Queen of Pentacles, I feel like you're trying to put yourself first, regardless of what the hell is going on here. So kind of take care of yourself as you go here. In the immediate future, the Five of Wands. So whatever is done here, it's not really done. It's to be continued, apparently. It is showing up as a continuation of potentially a conflict, you know, just not being on the same page with somebody. Supporting this reading, the Page of Cups. That's not the intention, though. That's the thing. It was never the intention. The intention was for something good to happen. You know, not crappy stuff. Bubba, you just sat on my hidden energy. Which, to be fair, it is hidden. So, I'm not supposed to see it, but at the same time, your tail is in the way. Okay. In the energy that's surrounding you that you may not be aware of it, the Eight of Wands. I think things are still somewhat progressing or somewhat moving forward. Like, there's not a definite ending to things here. You know, even if it's a bumpy type of a moving forward, no, the energy is still open for continuation here. In your hopes and fears, the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, you're coming at this. You're not coming at this, you know, looking for a war. You're not necessarily coming at it looking for a peace either, because you didn't create any wars here, you know. But you're keeping yourself open as much as possible to just probably find a middle ground here with somebody, you know. In the potential outcome, the Queen of Wands. You're showing up pretty on top of things here. You know, confident, like feeling good about yourself regardless of what's going on here. I don't know what the hell is in the middle of all of this, but okay, let's clarify. Let's do the Hierophant. The Emperor, the Nine of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, you're dealing with someone a little rough around the edges, I would say. Someone that has this whole thing on their shoulder of, you know, I'm the responsible one. I'm the boss here or something. And it's not, I think it's just implied, or somebody just took on that responsibility of being in charge of shit or something. They do look like they own it. Like, yeah, they're in charge, or they're you know, there's a sense of hierarchy here. There's a sense of why do I feel like this is family and this is someone that's older and wiser, or they're supposed to be. I don't know. It's just let me do the Five of Pentacles. It just comes through as, you know what, I'm done with the subject. I'm done here. Like, I don't, but it's not done. That's the thing. It's just not. For the Five of Pentacles, you get the Ace of Cups, the Six of Cups, the Nine of Cups. Yeah, you care for whoever this is. So it's not, if you had an argument and you didn't really, let's say it wasn't someone close to you, but still someone in your proximity, you would be like, you know what, doesn't faze me much. Whatever happens out of this, I don't care. But you do care, in this case, because this is someone part of your soul family. This is someone you care about. So, yeah, that's why you're upset, Let me do the Four of Cups. You get the Knight of Swords, the Page of Cups, the Hermit. Yeah, your energy is still open towards this. In the physical, you might show up based off of an argument, let's say, saying, you know what, I'm not talking about this anymore. I don't want to deal with this anymore. I'm done with this shit, or like upset. But energetically speaking, your energy is open to this. Like, nothing is shut down. Like it shows up in the physical. I think you're shutting this down or trying to shut an argument down, or, kind of maybe realizing you're not reaching a middle ground here and being like, yeah, no, we're done here. But no, you're not done. You're done for now. Yeah. For the Two of Swords in the physical, in your focus, you get the Hangman, the King of Swords, the Magician. Yeah. It's just, I think it became frustrating at this point, which makes it look very, very confusing. Or the other way around, because it's like, why the fuck can't we agree to disagree here, or find a middle ground, or, which again kind of places you up here, and the overthinking starts happening, and then it's like, shit, I just want to understand this. I just want, you know what I mean? So I kind of see you in that place of trying to gain clarity a little bit over what the fuck is at play. Let me do the Ace of Pentacles. The Six of Wands, the Devil, the Six of Swords. This is kind of placing something on someone's lap and then walking away. But that something is yours to deal with, to take care of. But it's like, no, you do it. So I don't know who thought that would be a good idea here, but I think that's what started all of this. So it's like me being responsible of cleaning this room, and you're around, so I'm like, well, you're not doing nothing, so you do it. I'm gonna go out, see a movie. But it's not yours to, it's not, you know what I mean? So it kind of looks a little bit like that. I know it's not your responsibility because I took on this responsibility, so why would I place it on you? So somebody did that, or that's kind of how it started. Let me do the Queen of Pentacles. In your strength, you get the Four of Cups, the Hierophant, the Three of Swords. That's why it sucks, because you care about whoever this is. So you care deeply for me while I go see a movie and put my shit on you. You're like, I kind of want to hate you right now because you're doing this to me. But I care for you, like, to fuck off lovingly. You know what I mean? So it kind of looks a little bit like that. So that's why it gets to you. It's like, did you at least clean the room, I wonder? Like, did you put that blanket where it belongs? For the Five of Wands, in the immediate future, you get the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, I told you, you're not done. You're done for now, because you're pissed off. You're like, subject closed. I don't want to hear about this anymore. I'm done here. You're the one that's bringing things around here, because you're like, all right, after some time, in which, again, you prioritize yourself, you start taking care of yourself, you start, it's just about you there for a little bit. You're like, okay, round 2. Yeah, we need to address this once more. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Not great things from what I can see as a result. I can see your intention and the way you're coming at it, and you're it would be like, okay, I'm home, you cleaned up the room, after some time, you're coming back and, with a sense of clarity and a sense of, hey, I just want to talk about what happened back there, and I just want to, let you know that I don't think it's fair, that was on you to do, and I got to do. So you're very calm, very clear, very, And I started going ballistic. Like, what the fuck, Libra? You can't even clean up or probably turn it all around you and be like, we had nothing to do that day, so why wouldn't I? Nothing about that is my fault. That's you. So, kind of looking a little bit like that. Do not get discouraged, though, because this energy of yours of approaching this matter is very clear. It's coming from again, a position of putting yourself first and putting your foot down here. Because no, that wasn't right. So you're right to show up for this in a correct way. The reaction to that, you can't control. So, for the Page of Cups in the supportive energies, you get the 5 of Swords, the 2 of Swords, the 7 of Cups. It's a lot though, man. This energy is just driving you mad. At some point, I just, look at you. You're holding your head. It's like, And you just want to get past this little bump here that this creates, a bump in the road for this. That's all you're wishing for. Let's get past this bump, But it's just driving you mad here. Let me do the 8 of Wands in the hidden energies, the Star, the Knight of Wands, the Page of Pentacles. If you're ever worried about how you show up here, like, oh my God, what can I do? Can I do more? Am I in the wrong here? And am I showing up not seeing certain things? Or your share in this, the way you're contributing to this, the way you're showing up in this, pretty spot on. You're assertive, you know what you want, you know what you need out of the situation, you're very clear about it, and then you're showing up for it. So if you're ever worried about what can I do more, not much. It's on them. It's their share, their side of things that needs to complement this. So you're doing it. You're doing it. You're good. Let me do the Page of Pentacles in the Hopes and Fears, the Death card, the 5 of Cups, the Queen of Wands. You're this close, though, this close, that no matter how important this is to you, to just drop it all together. To be like, to hell with it all. If we're not going to get across this bump, then that'll be the end of it. I don't need the headache. I don't need any of this. So you're this close. You're not there yet, but that in itself is going to be a lesson for you, big one to learn out of the situation, and you know that. Like anything out of the situation would be something to learn from, but like that's a big one. For the Queen of Wands in the potential outcome, you get the 7 of Wands, the Page of Swords, the 10 of Wands. Yeah, you're still kind of playing around that, that thin line of you being done completely here. So you're still kind of ending up in a place in which you're there, you see the line, you just got to cross it, and then you're stopping yourself from crossing it and still playing around it, being like, okay, let's keep on trying here. Let's see what we can twitch. Let's see what we can do to see if there's anything that can be done ultimately. So you're still going to spend some time playing around that thin line of, I'm done here. Oh, the universe. Felix wants out. Of course he does. Because if Mama ain't gonna love on him, he's like, well then, my job here is done. Thank you very much. I will see you later when you're lying on the couch. Page of Swords, the Magician, the Strength card. Yeah, right now there's still intention for things to work out here. That's why you're still on this other side of that line, you know, because you're still trying to work towards a solution here. But your energy is kind of running low on that. So you're manifesting, yes, but the tools you got, everything you got to put in this to make it work, it's starting to run low. So that's why you're actually heading in the direction of you're going to have nothing to work with. You know, you're already doing it right, but the situation is just draining your energy. So, but anyways, let's do Animal Dreaming Oracle. Raven, Magic, number 25. Felix, you're going to have to wait to see what Raven says, and then I'll let you out. Then I'll see you on the other side of the door later. As a messenger of the void, Raven guides us to a place of healing, wholeness, and connection to spirit by reminding us of the sacredness of prayer. Prayer sustains and enriches us. It is to converse with the divine energies of the universe with the understanding that in order to realize our wants and needs, all we need to do is harness these divine energies in honor and remembrance of our innate connection to spirit. Magic is the ability to communicate our needs and to channel our purpose by sitting with the silence, seizing the inner chatter, and reconnecting with the universe. It is to seek the assistance of great mystery and to delve in the void for answers, to call to spirit and to ask for help. Magic and prayer are similar. Prayer offers us the chance to talk to spirit, while magic represents the result that comes when we demonstrate perpetual faith in the power of prayer. If Raven has paid you a visit from the void today, you are being asked to honor your innate ability to create magic by participating in the sacred act of prayer. When you pray, you must do so with a reverent appreciation of spirit, in gratitude for the very life given to you at the time of your birth. Our prayers must be made in honor of the Earth Mother and in recognition of all the living creatures, and they must be made with the firm belief that all people shall someday look to spirit and find the courage to walk as one. When you pray, you should ask for the best way to personally honor the ways of spirit and to seek blessings for those close to you or to your heart. When you finish, spend a little time in silence to honor the void, for the silence is sacred and no words are necessary. By embracing the dreaming of Raven, you not only strengthen your line of communication with spirit through prayer, you also better understand the deep wisdom that comes with knowing your purpose and the magic that comes with learning how to administer it. Raven offers inner peace that will eventually lead to deepening of your soul essence and a balancing of the self. Your self-perception will begin to strengthen when you open your heart to the wisdom of the Raven. Anyways, that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.